Welcome back, and it's time once again to find out who the winners are in George's mind this week and who he is curious about seeing in the postseason after the final week of the regular season. Let's start things off with the big one in District 2-5A or District 2-3A with Estacado and Cooper squaring off for that outright district title, with both knowing that they're headed to the postseason no matter what. Both
knowing they're headed to the postseason, like you said. This is the game, like we said, that we've been waiting for all year, and it really has built up to maybe be even bigger than we thought it was going to be, just because of the way that both teams have been playing. Both teams have been playing outstanding offensive football. Both teams have been playing outstanding defensive football. Really have kind of been mirror images of each other. Whatever Estacado's done, Cooper's done. Whatever Cooper's done, Estacado's done. So it's really going to be a matchup that I think that is pretty equal in terms of athletic ability. Where I think it's going to matter is up front for the Estacado Matadors on defense. They have a nasty defensive line with Tyrell Glenn, B.A. White and those guys, and they have really been controlling the front lines every week. Now, I think Cooper will get some yards on the outside with guys like Tay Richardson and their quarterbacks and things like that, but they really kind of set things up with the middle. And what I think is going to happen is Estacado's defense is going to control that middle with their front line and with their linebackers, and I think that's going to make a difference. I think you're maybe talking about it like a 35-31 game, but I look for the Matadors to win it in the end.
All right, Amarillo and Coronado taking it on in District 2-5A. Coronado trying to stay in that playoff picture. They're going to need some help, but if they could get the win over Amarillo, it might put them in the playoffs. But Amarillo doesn't seem to be giving any sympathy points to Coronado.
Not right now, and this I don't know how big of a mismatch this is going to be. I mean, because Coronado, really came out flat a couple weeks ago against Tascosa. Tascosa really couldn't do anything against Amarillo's defense either. That was a 17-3 game last week that the Sandies won to claim, the district title. So it'll be interesting to see if Coronado's got to get some offense going early. They can't come out and start slow, and then they've really got to find a way to slow down Amarillo's running game, which really nobody has right now. I hope the Mustangs don't get too discouraged, because it's something that nobody has really slowed down with that offense, and I really don't think that Coronado is going to be able to get it done on Thursday night either. I look for Amarillo to win at home and just go ahead and be undefeated in district play.
All right, heading over to 4A now, and of course Friendship Tigers out of the postseason this year. A tough season for Brad Davis in that group, but maybe try to end on a good note heading into next year.
We'll see. This is going to be an interesting game to see. I think this is going to set up a lot for Friendship next year. They've got a lot of young players already playing. I'll be interested to see if he plays some of the other younger players in those spots, or if he continues to stick with his seniors and kind of let them ride out the season, or go with the younger guys to go and see what he's got for next season. I know this is a frustrating season. It's been a frustrating year for Friendship, and I hope they don't come out and kind of play that way, because I think this is a game they can win. Dumas is really out of the playoff picture. Friendship is out of the playoff picture. So, yeah, this one is for pride. And I think Friendship is going to, find a way to have enough pride to win at home and not go out that way at home. I like Friendship in this one.
Idlewild and Coahoma playing in our next game in 2A. Of course, we know about Idlewild and that tough start to the season, how well they have played over these last 5 weeks, of course, or 6 weeks. Coahoma, another team that they're right there behind Idlewild in the playoff picture, maybe trying to see if they could take that district title away from the Wildcats.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting game. Kind of like in what we talked about with 2-3A. This district kind of saved the best for last, because Idlewild and Coahoma are kind of the two top teams in this district, and then you got Stanton sitting back there. It's also at 4-1, Coahoma at 4-1, Idlewild at 5-0. So yeah, if things work out, you could find a three-way tie in this district for the postseason. But I like the way Idlewild's playing. Like we said, they've been playing outstanding offensive football, running the football very well, and then playing great defense. It's going to be a test on the road, but I think it's going to be a good test for Idlewild going into the playoffs. I like the Wildcats going on the road and getting this win.
All right, another one of those ifs, ands, and buts and ors in this 1-2A district as Abernathy takes on Floyd Data. Do you see Abernathy maybe trying to find a way to just get ready for this postseason, or what has to happen for the playoff picture to clear up in this one?
Yeah, it's real simple. It looks a little convoluted in this district, but it's really simple. You got 4 teams: Abernathy, Tulia, and there's 2 others, that are tied for the. Tulia is one of them, Floyd Data is one of them, Abernathy is one of them, and so all 4 of those teams that are tied are playing each other. So the real simple deal is the 2 winners of those 2 games are going to go and be in the playoffs and make that make that postseason. So I like the way Abernathy played. I thought they had a great game against Tulia on Friday night. Winning at home 20-19. I think they'll go on the road. I think they have a little bit better talent than Floyd Data. I like the Antelopes to go on the road and get that playoff spot.
Spring Lake Earth taking on Farwell in their final game, trying to make it a 10-0 season this year. Do you see anything slipping up for them in this game?
I really don't. I like the way that Spring Lake Earth has been focused. They've been playing outstanding defensive football, and they've been getting the offense, when they need. They've been getting it doing the run, and they've been getting it with the pass as well. So I like the way Spring Lake Earth is playing. I mean, this could be a trip-up game, being at Farwell, and Farwell's playing good football as well, but I just don't see it. I like the way Spring Lake Earth has been focused and taking care of business this season. I like the Wolverines to go up to Farwell and get the win on the road.
Crosbyton heading toward the postseason. Rawls, their season's over after this week. Is this just a tune-up game for them, or do they try to make sure they don't slip in any sort of way?
I think Crosbyton's really got to kind of take this serious. I mean, they had their chance at the district championship last week against Hamlin and came up short, so I think they want to get back on the winning track and get that good taste back in their mouths before they get going in the postseason. Like you said, Rawls has really slipped the last couple of weeks and really hurt their playoff chances. Crosbyton is headed to the playoffs, so I know they want to be playing well going into the postseason. I like Crosbyton going on the road and getting the win in the rivalry this week.
All right, in the final game, of course, it comes down to the Spurs between Lubbock High and Monterey, a game that hasn't had a lot of postseason implications the last couple of years. Does this season, at least for Monterey, because if they can win this one, obviously they still need some help from San Angelo Central, but it's still possible that the Plainsmen can make the postseason and get the Spurs at the same time. Yeah,
it's going to be interesting. It all depends on how Monterey comes out. I've argued for Monterey. I thought they were the better team throughout the season, but they haven't played like it the last 2 weeks. They really came out flat against Central. They had no emotion, and really that was the game that they needed to have, and they really didn't play like they needed to have it. So now they've really got their backs up against the wall, and I'll be interested to see how they play. If they come out and fire it up, then I think they'll be okay. But if you just look at the results the last couple of weeks and take in the common opponents, Lubbock High has played better. I mean, they played better against San Angelo Central. They've played better against Coronado. I argued for Monterey, and I thought last week they would win this game, but after watching them the last couple of weeks, I think I'm going to have to switch. I'm going to go with the Westerners to get the Spurs back this year.
I was with you the whole time, Spec. Just remember that. All right,
really?
George's.
You going to go that?
Yeah, I had to go there. All right, George's picks for the final week of the season: Estacado over Cooper, Amarillo over Coronado, Friendship over Dumas, Idalou over Coahoma, Abernathy over Floridata, Spring Lake Earth over Farwell, Crosbyton over Rawls, and Lubbock High over Monterey. He's sticking with the Westerners. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Football Fear, and as always, we'd like to thank everyone at LISD TV for what they do. Be sure to log on to their website for more information on the upcoming shows and games, and you can also follow all your favorite teams each weekend and during the postseason at the Avalanche-Journal's high school website, LoneStarVarsity.com, for all the news and scores from around the area. For George Watson, I'm Travis Cram, and as Curly Bill would say,
well, bye.
See you next time.
Monterey needs to beat,
You just said, oh. Oh, man. You got to do that whole spiel again.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
I was stuttering through it anyway. All right, let's go. Yeah.
Oh, I have to intro it again? Oh, now why do I have to go again, Kenneth?
Well, I mean, I'll start it from mine if you want to.
Oh, it's all right. I'm gonna throw in the whole get out your logarithm books to figure this one out. All right.